Hello everyone, Agion here, another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as the OKW player, we have Fortune. Spawn on the south side as UKF, we have Guard2707. Note this replay is in 2K. I recently bought myself a 4K monitor. I just now realized that Company Heroes 2 is not available in 4K, can only go up to 2K. But either way, the 4K monitor will come in handy for when I cast other games. So far, the FPS is stable. It's more of like a stress test for me, and seeing if I can handle Company Heroes 2 at these current settings. Looks like everything's fine. My in-game FPS is just a little under 60. My recording is 59.94 FPS. Everything looks a-okay. Now, something that I noticed while running in 2K, look at my cursor. It is puny. I'm not sure why it does this, but it is puny. Very puny. And one thing I've also noticed, since my monitor is quite large, I have to get used to playing with such a big monitor and such a tiny cursor. Seems like the game's a little bit zoomed in as normal, but that could just be me looking at a much larger monitor than I'm used to. So if you say if this is zoomed in a bit more, I cannot zoom any farther out. There may be some sort of zoom mod available somewhere. I do got this cool vlog getting that point here, and actually going for this point here as well. Not going for his own fuel, so I do hurt his opponent's resources first before actually claiming his own. There are two infantry sections now out, as well as a Vickers. The Vickers is right here, nailing into the Kuba-Wagen. Tomb Pioneers, a bit farther away for repairs, but that shouldn't be too big a problem. He has still about 75% health left. In his infantry section, while it looks like only one window is available on this side, and only one window is available on this side, so not using full capability of 4-man squad. It looks like the Vickers will in fact get in church. That is a very strong position. There got some Sturm Pioneers, inside that building there. Those Vickers is still engaging these Volksgrenadiers, so this is very good movement. He's going beyond the heavy cover as well, but the infantry section are now engaging the Sturm Pioneer, catching two models that are not behind cover. Ooh, and the Volksgrenadier jumped out. No, that was on purpose. He jumped down that side so he can hop over the fence, I guess. And we'll get a nice little squad right there. Wiping out our infantry section is very important, but he may get wiped himself. There's still 4 infantry section. He's going to be going over negative ground, and squad for squad. I would say losing infantry section is a bit more hurting than losing than the Sturm Pioneers. Well, the Sturm Pioneers is also important for example, the Kuba-Wagen, infantry section, or your standard infantry units. No, there's no windows that can actually fire from this direction. You can see here, there's a big old empty side house. And look at this nice landscape. I haven't really focused on this landscape. Quite beautiful. I wonder if this is actually part of the map looking at that far distance, or is this just some sort of basic render in the background. Either way, you got the Vickers got outside this church. I'm not exactly sure why, and this squad may in fact get wiped out as well. Oh, that's not good. Both sides losing quite a number of squads. That's really, really not good for either side. It looks like the fuel is not even enough for getting the platoon command post just yet. Usually by the time you get out a Vickers and another infantry section, you have enough fuel for the platoon command post. I'm not sure, maybe harassing this point here did do some effect, denying that little bit of fuel income. But now the OKW player is quite starved on manpower since losing the Volksgrenadier, rebuilding the Volksgrenadier, and losing the Sturm Pioneer as well. Always gotta stay hydrated. We got a Brent carrier coming out now. Maybe he's eyeing for Wasp? I'm not exactly sure. And the bulletin also is the scary kind of spice. the 7% Mills Bomb grenade throw. Usually go for one or for the other when it comes to weapon racks, never really for both. So this would be interesting if he goes for that.
New universal carrier ready for use.
We got the Kupwagen still alive. The Kupwagen, with its unable to be repaired health, he needs to make sure he does not sustain any more damage or use it to great effect if he's going to sustain damage. Like, he forced that unit out of cover, thinks how vehicles work. Very good usage. Sustained some minor damage. We do got some STGs coming down the line as well. You can't really spend them on shoe mines because no Sturm Pioneers. But here, the Bread Carrier now up. Bread Carrier does not have the Wasp, it has the Vickers K. And now this is very problematic. We do have Panzerfaust available, just getting the range, fires, and will snare the engine. But with Winter Balance Preview added in the patch where it gains health upon an upgrade, maybe that was previous fall, I forget exactly. But we'll take two more Panzerfaust and another Panzerfaust to actually take it out, and he initiates the vehicle crew repair onto it, which is a bit hefty munition. It costs us a grand total of, not that heavy. I suppose in that game, or this time of game, it is quite hefty. Incinerator did come out. He was spending his munitions quite quickly. He actually has quite a bit of it stored up anyways. So he will have, of course, STGs available to all his Volks Grenadiers. He will also lock in the Luftwaffe Ground Forces Doctrine, or aka Fallschirmjäger Doctrine. Which, of course, the Fallschirmjägers has 4 automatic rifles, very good range, and Panzerfaust and bundle grenades. A very potent infiltration elite unit. Oh, the most expensive elite unit in the game. No commandos. Technically, the glider costing 500 manpower. It's a little bit too expensive, really. 500 manpower for glider field of commandos. And you got the Panzer II now coming on out. So he will have access to any sort of medical supplies. We could go ahead and upgrade his HQ with the repair engineers for his. He does not have any Sturm Pioneer, and if you're going to get his Fallschirmjägers out, he just deployed Fallschirmjägers there, so he's definitely going to need to use the HQ in order for repairs, so he can repair up his Kupwagen and Panzer II, which is a good alternative. Though you won't have the squad out, it does consume a bit of fuel. It doesn't consume any population, which of course means less attrition because of population number. Do have a lock-in over here, the Special Weapons Regiment, which he of course have access to the Tank Hunters Infantry sections, which do of course have the boys AT rifles. Not sure exactly sure how effective they are in comparison to the PTRS. I'm actually not exactly sure how much of a damage difference they do have in comparison to the two. I can always look that up a bit later on. Kupwagen very low in health, but it has nothing shooting at it at the moment. But I hear the Fallschirmjägers now engaging. Fallschirmjägers are beyond heavy cover, but they're engaging 2 squads, which he does in fact have the 5-man squad upgrade. Oh, there goes the Kupwagen. Fallschirmjägers are actually beating, since the Vickers can't really suppress behind heavy cover. Will of course beat out. He is trying to run down the Royal Engineers. Will in fact recapture the Vickers as well, which will be run down as well. The Tank Hunter infantry section is now moving forward. They of course do have the heat grenade. The heat grenade is a seems relatively buggy for causing engine damage, but I think that may have been fixed. 2 hits there with the PTRSs. We'll need another 6 more hits from PTRSs, I guess. I'm guessing another 4 more. Fallschirmjägers are also here to engage. That's a lot of anti-infantry damage. He's just going to be stepping forward, but he's reaching out of maximum range. He's lining up a shot. Will get 1 shot on. Will not get the other shot off. Oh, I was right in number. Just barely surviving that. I don't think he'll get a lucky rifle penetration. I'm not sure if he can penetrate that. He might be able to get a lucky penetration. Ultra Megas will be forced back. We do got a Vickenwerfer out on the field. I think he's expecting AEC coming out because he went for a Panzer II. However, he does not have that research. He's eyeing for the tech up to tier 3. No, tier 2, I mean. The company command post. He has reestablished the church, and he hasn't called out another squad of tank hunter infantry sections. He went for ground forces, Luftwaffe ground forces, so he knows that he won't be fighting any super heavy armor, or at least the Jagd Tiger. He doesn't have to worry about the Command Panther. Well, he does have to still worry about the King Tiger, but with getting the Panzer II, has a huge amount of fuel needed to be reclaimed then, in order to enable the King Tiger out. So going for our dual tank hunter infantry sections, well, they're actually very reasonably good versus infantry squads. So they actually do focus a bit of a pretty good role. Infantry section doing some great amount of work will fall back as the scenery grenade comes out. We got the Panzer II now coming on out. The building does, of course, have the Vickers, which he is garrisoning this one, not this one. Perhaps just trying to sustain the health on this one. And now you will need to reposition some tank hunter infantry section. There is a Vickenwerfer here, but nothing for it to shoot at. You can now call him Valiant Assault. Don't see it all too often, but of course gives him more speed and accuracy, if I remember correctly. Multiple boys AT rifles got some hits in. The unit's now at Veteran C2, which of course gains increased accuracy and rate of fire. Getting quite a bit of damage done. That just tells you the power of durable anti-tank teams, because they do of course still have the accuracy of receive accuracy of 0.8 like the regular infantry section. We'll use the healing from the nearby infantry squad to restore some health. It was quite low. Now he kept it up a bit so he can sustain a bit more effectiveness. Has built a trench here now, but the incendiary grenades definitely gonna come on out. Really getting a trench like that is really big of a waste, because incendiary grenades just tend to be spammed out anyways, and it just deny the cover in general. Might as well just build sandbags.
Trying to take a point from us. Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
We got these Volksgrenadier catching up a fuel point. The UKF, while not having any light vehicle out, it's actually sustaining a very good map control. But now, ooh, these guys are behind a backdrop. They will sustain a lot of damage from this autocannon.
A capture point is being overrun.
You will get in this building just to stall off for the tank hunter infantry sections to move on forward. I was like sure where they are. One of them has upgraded to both of them are still back at home, so he won't have any anti-tank for quite a bit of time out on the field.
Your forces have constructed a company command post.
Company command post has been completed. He's gonna go for early fast hammer or anvil. Probably not. I'm the only one who ever does that. And usually, if I'm going for Royal Artillery, to have the coordinated fire from the command bar to call in the airburst rounds.
Losing a capture point.
That Vickenwerfer missing twice on that bunker.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us. The enemy have destroyed a forward position.
We got the tank hunter infantry section now moving on forward. They will spot the Panzer II. Perhaps getting under the heavy cover will be preferable. We got Volksjägers here to support the Panzer II as well as the Vickenwerfer, but nothing for the Vickenwerfer to fire upon. You really shouldn't focus on the Vickenwerfer. He knows he doesn't have any tanks, so he knows his opponent is useless. He should focus on the other targets.
trying to take it.
Repairs coming on down. He did get a Sturm Pioneer squad out and did upgrade them to the support package, increasing the repair speed. We do in fact have repair mechanics, so it's a bit unusual to see those Sturm Pioneers. And we do also got a Puma coming on out, so he's eyeing for a heavy tier 1, tier 2 base play. The Puma is an excellent tank hunter, expected when grouped in 2s or 3s. Oh, we will see the heat grenade coming on out. We'll get a very good hit onto it, which damage the engine. Currently he's at veterancy 3, which gains increased mobility and I think vision speed. Now Volks, oh, but this very low in health, just down to one model. Well, it wasn't really paying attention, but losing 3 of the models there, not exactly ideal for the UKF player. Drone Pioneers will be repairing on relatively close to the front line. However, he has to be very careful. These intersections are going to be spawning them soon. He did not repair the engine crit, but there's nothing to really here to destroy. The tank hunters has spotted the Puma. The Puma is actually excellent versus vehicles. Just the weakest thing is too versus his handheld anti-infantry weapons. While AT guns are reasonably well, he has smoke to evade those, but something that can go through the smoke quite easily is another story. Looks like these intersections will manage to win out, but however, there's a flanking squad of Volksgrenadier. He may in fact forget about this squad. This is one squad you probably would forget about. No, he will be paying attention.
Supply line.
Vickers in the church. It looks like they swapped houses. The intersection did in fact hop into the building there. This squad is very low in health. You got the tank hunters engaging the Panzer II with the rear armor shown, but I don't think it really actually can bounce. Ooh, the Vickers may in fact go down. Will in fact go down.
Machine gun crew killed.
And we'll get swallowed some Volksjägers from the church. We're going to cover his unit upon his retreat. The Volksjägers do have multiple windows along the side. We'll start ripping apart. However, the sandbags here will prevent the de-garrison from this direction. He does have the Sturm Pioneer still alive and full health, so he can go ahead and get these guys quickly repaired up. Oh, very nice. He force fired the ground there. That is a common mine location. So he's figuring there's a mine there. Pioneers will be laying down a mine first before repairing up his units. Boom will be rolling around. He will get them healed, start to heal up for a fraction. And we do have a Sherman Firefly on the field. Interesting option was a heavy tank destroyer option. He has plenty anti-infantry, so I say the Firefly is quite reasonable. We'll get one very good hit. The tulips were not necessary. The guy was backed up to a building. Next shot would have taken him out, no problem, but Panzer II down. Oh, he lost one of his intersections. Not the anti-tank one, tank hunters, but he did lose one of them. Which is a bit problematic. Not sure where exactly it went down. Maybe it was right there in front of my eyes. I wasn't really paying attention. Sherman Firefly now rolling on forward. He could get hit by a Panzerfaust. There is a Mechanism in the area. He needs to make sure the Mechanism did hit first before the Panzerfaust would now enable the snared engine. Another good hit. Needs another 2 more hits in order to wipe it out. Do got the, of course, coordinated fire. Very accurate because it's quite close to his base. We got Valiant Assault has been initiated. His Volksgrenadier are now running on forward. This squad's very low in health. He's trying to resecure this Vickers, but he will get ripped apart. This unit just needs to fall back. He has too little health, but he will throw out a frag grenade. But he, with a Valiant Assault, enables the squad to be sprinting around, which he avoided because of it. Substantial amount of damage. And will claim the Vicker for his own. He does, of course, have to build a Royal Engineer. 2 Royal Engineers coming on out. Perhaps you should actually eye for Mortar Pit. You only really need 1. And he has this And our Royal Engineer has a good amount of anti-infantry damage, so you don't really need to worry about all too much the Minesweeper, but of course is always preferred.
A new engineer section is waiting for orders.
2 Royal Engineers are now out. A lot of his missions have been used up. I'm not exactly sure from what. He hasn't been laying down mines because he's didn't have any Royal Engineers, so I'm not exactly sure what's been consuming up all his munitions. Perhaps he did call in the coordinated fire, but that's cheap. That's 45 munitions. Nothing for entire game's worth of munitions. Maybe he just didn't have any because his munitions point is actually cut
Enemy
off.
causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Ocean Jaegers are now Veteran C2, which of course they have camouflage and survivability. Looks like I know Ocelot's in Vet 2. What's it called? Vet 2 accuracy. All of their accuracy bonuses. Now the Ocean Jaegers now starting to get vetted up. They're becoming very strong monsters. Puma is still around. Puma can engage the Firefly if it starts circling around. However, until then, not so much. Your mine that went off. If these Royal Engineers have spotted the mine the good old-fashioned way. With your foot.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
A mortar pit, I would say it would be excellent option at this point for the UKF player.
Supply lines being
Ooh,
cut.
hit a mine here. No, it was definitely the tank hunter infantry section. Their AT grenade is on cooldown. Fires up tulips, will roll a huge miss. The smoke's starting to get cleaned up. He will get hit by a Panzerfaust. The Wegenerwerfer is also here to defend. And early in that miss was very problematic, but the Puma is a relatively low asset target. It's not like the most potent thing. We do got a truck coming on, truck out. We may see a Sheer Panzer quarter, something safe, perhaps guard his own munitions or cutoff point here, or fuel. Those are probably the best options, I would say. Incendiary grenades will, of course, force these guys to come out of the garrison. We do got the Wegenerwerfer being forced back. That's very good focus firing. Aim for that so he can protect this Firefly. Is he really going to try for mass Panzerfaust on the damn thing? Oh, Puma's also here and fully repaired, so he may actually still get it. Puma just going to withstand one more shot.
An engineer unit is ready
And we'll
for
actually
action.
fall back in time. He's a fall back. Intersection here to support. And there goes the Puma. He really should have not re-engaged.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
You got an... Oh, he lost his tank hunter infantry section with the pyrotechnics package. That's actually a bit problematic.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
June Pioneers are trying to engage, but there's a lot of negative ground in between him and that, and there's a lot of windows here. So he's actually going to just focus fire on the Storm Pioneers. They're not actually behind cover, I believe, at least from a couple of the models. We'll be losing a lot of models now.
We're losing a capture point.
We'll throw a frag grenade into the building. Won't do a significant amount of damage, but nothing to get no models down. Two Falchion Jaegers are currently out. One of them at Veteran C3, the other one at Veteran C2. I didn't see the other one. Actually, no, we did see it come out. It was into this building. They have quite a bit of Veteran C. He lost a Volksgrenadier somewhere in this engagement as well. And we do got the Sheriff Panzer quarters coming up. It will not cover the cut off, but will cover a good portion of the center city to prevent any aggressive poking. And needs to assault the area with specialized assets, such as the Firefly. Found the landmine. Ocean Jaegers may throw a bundle grenade. Yes, we will see a bundle grenade. This one can be quite nasty. The Veteran C4, and we'll wipe out that tank hunter infantry squad.
Unfortunately, we've lost a unit.
At Veteran C4, they gain the ability to fire more accurately. Wegenerwerfer has been spotted. but it will be covered by the sheer panzer quarters if he didn't get hit by a couple of his own shots.
Infantry ready to spot and attack nearby enemy vehicles. The enemy are at 200 points.
Oh, the Firefly does not have anything to shoot at. Might as well shoot at infantry. We'll roll over a couple misses, not a big surprise. We'll throw a bundle. No! Frangible smoke.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
UK player definitely saving up for the crocodile. Has plenty of manpower and saving up quite a bit of fuel for it. Guess here will suppress the squad.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Destroyed his own truck that he's using as cover. Not exactly a bright idea, Firefly. Now these Fusion makers have Veteran C4. These guys are now monstrosities. At Veteran C4, I think at Veteran C3 they gain, increase the healing out of combat. At Veteran C5 they gain training, increasing their squad's effectiveness, effective range and accuracy. So I think they increased range at that point. This building is successfully denied to the British player, the UKF player, because of the sheer panzer quarters able to cover it. We'll throw a frag onto the Vickenwerfer. We'll wipe it out. Very nice. He is trying to destroy that Vickenwerfer now, though he needs to get out of the Vickers range. We'll destroy it there now. But Fusion makers, Veteran C4 ones, will start ripping apart these guys. He may in fact lose that one. No, he will not. And we'll spot the other Vickenwerfer. And taking out these anti-tank pieces can be quite helpful. Found another landmine, I heard. Yes, right there.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take
Dude got the first Panther coming on out. Not eyeing for the King Tiger, eyeing for a asset now to help engage the Firefly. His opponent has plenty of manpower, so he could get a mortar pit, but he's definitely saving up for the Firefly. He's just another 2 minutes away of fuel, and then he'll be good to go. His Fusion Jaeger squad almost at Veteran 3. At Veteran 3, of course, gains increased accuracy. Whoa! Tulips wipe out the Volksgrenadier. Because it had a little backshock that would be hit, such as the vehicle, aka a vehicle known as the Opel Blitz passive prop, wiping out that Volksgrenadier squad. I think that's getting patched out, be able to do that in the Fall Balance preview. So there'll soon be none of that. Granted, losing that Volksgrenadier squad is not a critical loss. He has plenty of units to replace it. He has the 2 Volksjägers, 2 Volksgrenadiers in the Sturm Pioneer for anti-infantry, as well as the captured Vickers. This captured Vickers is quite a prize. Oh, game lagged a bit. FPS is still at 60 for recording. We got some Volksjägers here. But there's a large number of anti-infantry sections since they just got all reinforced, so they're, of course, sort of blobbed up coming out of the village, out of the spawn. Vickers could get in this house, but it's very damaged. Panther does not have a pintle mount. That is a bit... The Panther with a pintle mount, it actually really does help out infantry units, so they don't have to worry about it getting just ignored.
Capture point is being overrun. Churchill Crocodile is ready.
Churchill Crocodile is now out. You got the first heavy tank. Heavy support tank, really. And we got the flares being cast in here. And this flare, if he's paying attention, is a tall-tailed sign of the crocodile.
We have 300 points remaining.
If you have the Firefly here for anti-tank, it does have plenty of munitions for tulip rockets as well. You got this Volkswagen here. They're way outgunned. We do got the crocodile now moving on forward. Will we start spewing out fire, but run straight into a shoe mine. Royal Engineers need to get here for support. Though the Firefly is here to defend, we'll roll a myth bounce there. We do have tulip rockets available, and we'll displace the cannon warfare as well. We got the tulip, the Firefly now roll on forward. Not exactly ideal. He's not exactly has no support. Ocean Makers now garrison the building. They of course have the 4 stars of veterancy. Now almost 5 stars of veterancy. 5 stars of veterancy has been achieved. Now these guys are very. But the grenade! The grenade!
Enemy causing trouble.
If he wipes that out, that's a critical loss using Valiant Salt in order to help bring him. And we'll lose it! Oh, that's a huge loss. That was a veterancy 5 Oceanjäger. That thing was a monstrosity in combat, but now losing that is critical. It has its most powerful anti-infantry asset on the field. He still has 1 Oceanjäger squad yet left, but close to veterancy 3. But he's going to be receiving a lot of fire. Literally. There is coming up to respond. There's 2 Cannon Warfers out. He did rebuild 1. Rolls a miss there.
A capture point is being overrun.
Firefly is now coming up to respond. We'll roll a hit. Now veterancy 2, but we receive a Cannon Warfare hit as well. The Crocodile's eyeing to burn that one. But we're receiving a lot of fire, but they're now soaking up a lot of damage for the Firefly. You may see the tulip rockets being aimed, no, currently being repaired. Multiple of the Cannon Warfers are now hitting the target. One of them did in fact fall back. This Cannon Warfare will be shot up a bit. We do got the Vickers now engaging. The tickets are in favor of the allied player. However, this can still go either way. And being this close to the Firefly inside the building, he needs to get out. Though he can get a number of models down. But losing that will be not very good. Ocean Makers is with Volksgrenadiers here to support or engaging these counter infantry sections. Will force them back. He's trying to secure up this area.
Ready for orders. Where do you want us? Our capture point.
We could see a Cromwell, or in fact a Centaur. Centaur problem. He has plenty of anti-infantry, so another Firefly or Cromwell would be ideal. We do got a Jagd Panzer coming forward. The Jagd Panzer is an effective AT unit. We'll see the full damage of the incendiary grenade.
We're losing a capture point.
Oh, you got the Crocodile engaging the Volksgrenadier, not Volksjägers. A lot of damage sustained. Thinks that incendiary grenade will decapture the point. Iron just slows opponents' advance with the tickets. There goes that Volksgrenadier squad. This Volksgrenadier squad is sustaining a lot of fire as well. Oh, overall, the UKF player has sustained a huge advantage having these two vehicles. Plus, we do got the Jagdpanzer and Panther now out. That's a lot of AT. There's still the two Vikendwerfers. Perhaps maybe a saving up for Fallschirmjägers, perhaps? Fallschirmjägers are effective at high DPS, but they only have 4 models, which just can be a bit problematic on its own. They tend to be more glass cannons. We do got the pintle mount been upgraded here, so you will of course have more anti-infantry damage. And we do got the Firefly now hitting the rear arm. We do got the Vikendwerfers lining up. The first tulip did in fact hit, but the next one did not. We do got 2 Vikendwerfers hitting the Firefly, sustaining huge amounts of fire. There goes the Firefly. We still got the Jagdpanzer here. The Crocodile may in fact go down. We have the trying to eye for the Panzerfaust. He needs to go around behind a body block it. There we go. We do got the body block there. We get the Panzerfaust off, and the Panzerfaust is actually no longer really needed. The Panther has his main gun destroyed, and there goes the Crocodile. That is a huge loss for the UKF player. He is rebuilding the Firefly, which he really needs an anti-tank asset. He also may want to invest into a 6-pounder now. He sees the 2 anti-tank assets of his opponent.
The enemy's taken a proper thrashing. He's down to only 50 points.
Though the OKW player is down to his last 48 points, and there's still quite a bit of defense here to guard this point. Over here, we do got the Vikendwerfers eyeing for a capture at this point, but there is, of course, the Royal Engineers to defend, but they're going past, though this Vickers is also here to support the Vikendwerfers.
Enemy causing trouble. Trying. A forward position has been destroyed.
Ooh. We'll barely manage to get out there. He can't be losing squads right now. Though he does have plenty of manpower, and a mortar pit would be great if he were to deploy one, say, here.
Sherman Firefly complete.
Or 6-pounder. Probably 6-pounder, actually. You may see an AT grenade, but he needs to just fall back. He's going to lose a squad at this rate. Runs through the Incinerate. That's not exactly good. Trying to run him down with the machine guns. We'll get one of the models there now on open ground. We'll, of course, get the other one as well.
Dash it all.
Firefly here to respond. You may see the tulip rockets, but he's a little bit too close for that. What he want to do is have the Panther like, oh crap, he's going to hit me with that. Run forward. You got a Panzer II coming on now. Eyeing for an anti-infantry asset for a vehicle, which I can see that.
Supply line's been cut.
This Fallschirmjäger now at Vector C4. A little bit far away from Vector C5, but he should get that no problem.
A capture point is being overrun.
Mines are a good option. So you could actually save up munitions for the hold the line, which of course allowed all the frontline sectors to receive massive air support after a certain amount of time.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Jagdpanzer has received quite a bit of damage. You may see an AT grenade, but the Firefly way too far forward. He needs to get some tulip rockets out onto the Panther.
HQ is under attack. Typical
Jagdpanther will in fact go down to try to he did activate the tulips at the last moment, but will lose the munitions in total entirely. We see a bundle grenade on retreat. No, we do not. Panther is still alive, as well as the Panzer II now rolling on forward. No AT mines. We could see a bit of crushes here, but the going on the point can be a bit problematic. Sappers may in fact go down entirely. Yes, they do.
The units of engineers have been killed.
These sappers may in fact go down as well. Looks like multiple down a lot of squads. He's starting to lose focus. You got these tank hunters now engaging. But of course, a little bit at point blank, they don't do all too well. No snares also, so he won't have a immune retreat. He's losing all 3 of his sappers. Now the Panzer IIs are just going to chase his squads back home and start ripping them apart because of the Panther coming in as well. Fast to destroy the bunkers. We'll wipe out that squad there. We probably will see an AT grenade come out immediately from the squad. We'll get wiped out. And the 6-pounder lining up a shot. We'll get one penetrating hit there. Initiate the hold fire, eyeing for tactical cautious movement, but did it while inside the enemies and being shot at, not exactly ideal.
The enemy are trying to overrun our HQ.
We got another tank hunter infantry section, eyeing for some rear armor hits with the boys' AT rifles. That should be enough damage to enable the crit, snare crit from the grenade. You got some various mines coming down as well.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
But it looks like the OKW player has this game. His opponent has lost so many squads. He can get another Firefly soon, but it's not a whole lot of resources. Oh, not a lot of manpower at the moment. Further reinforcing.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
He's about 2 minutes away from getting Firefly. He doesn't have any 6-pounders to help support. Actually, well, he does have the one. But that was a little bit too late. Obus Dotson coming on out. He could have saved if I have Fallschirmjägers, I'll probably just use them. In fact, if you were to cancel Fallschirmjägers, he can use, or cancel the Obus Dotson, he can use the Fallschirmjägers to pop out at his select building. Or building of his choice, I should say.
We have 200 points remaining.
A very quick reconnaissance pass. Didn't see all too much.
Infantry ready to spot and attack nearby enemy vehicles.
You could see the boys' AT and tank hunters pop out, throw a grenade, but they did not. Not a whole lot left. These Fallschirmjägers are just a shot away from Veteran C5. There we go.
We're losing a capture point.
They should win out in this fight. But we do got a grenade. May lose another Vet 5 Fallschirmjäger? No, he does not. No. No. Every time I thought he's safe, he's not. But he will actually manage to escape out with this Vet 5 Fallschirmjäger. We got the Obus Dotson out on the field. He probably upgraded with the MG34 once he gets enough munitions. 6-pounder already set up, ready to engage the Panzer II. It's 2 hits in, but not enough to kill. I just say the OKW player has this game in the bag. There's nothing really much his opponent can't really do. I'm just going to fast up the ×2. Both sides are just going to reform the alliance, reinforce, repair, reheal.
Infantry ready to spot and attack nearby enemy threatening a capture point.
You got a large star over here, but he has spotted it with the reconnaissance over sweep. Got another Firefly coming on out.
A capture point is being overrun.
These Ocelots are way outgunned. They could have easily hopped in the building, but of course they are vulnerable from that one direction. Unless there's a hole in that direction now. No, there's not. Holes can create windows. The Sheriff Panzer Corps is a bit problematic at the moment. Of course, using the pyrotechnics in order to spot it for him.
We've 75 points left. Our capture point. They're trying
This
to
squad of
take it.
Fallschirmjägers came on out. I need to throw a bundle grenade on the 6-pounder, which will not decrew it. Very close, however. This squad is down to 1 member. We got the Panzer now roll on forward. Do got the Sherman Firefly engaging. It does hit the Panzer II, but the Puma is almost there. We may see another bundle grenade into the bunker. Panzer II has free reign pretty much to the area, though it has sustained quite a bit. Actually, just went down to the boys AT rifles.
Dash it all.
Sherman Firefly is now rolling around. Panther's still at full health, however.
An infantry section of Tommies has been.
He's lost a infantry section, and also he doesn't have any Royal Engineers to repair up the Sherman Firefly. Very problematic, but it looks like Guards has in fact surrendered. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off. Also, please let me know if you see any problems with my recording, since this is my first time recording on 2K. Hopefully it's alright.